Hello my hooping friends. Well, today I want to show you how to we're going to show you how to embroider. So the first thing we got to do is we've got to be able to set our machine up for embroidery. Right now it is set up for sewing. This is the Baby Lock Altair, which is going to be very familiar with similar, I should say, to the Brothers and some of the other machines. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we need to turn our machine off. And we're going to go ahead and remove our foot. And we're going to remove the needle. Alright, now that we've got that taken care of, we're going to remove the sewing table and we're going to put on the embroidery table. So let's do that now. Alright, you got to make sure your machine's off when you put this on. So all this does is it just slides in, and it slides in until you hear it click. There you go. It's ready to go. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to turn our machine on. And then we're going to put on our embroidery foot. So the embroidery foot just goes on where the old foot came off. And make sure you tighten that screw up good. Let that coming loose while you're embroidering. Alright, and then this plugs right into the back of the Altair. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and put our needle in. Alright, got a new needle, and I find that I like to use a 75. You can go for heavier materials, go up to 90, but 75 seems to work pretty good for me for on this machine for embroidery and for quilting, as a matter of fact. But anyways, there's a flat on the needle, and the flat goes towards the back. So we're going to go ahead and stick that through the hole. And stick that up all the way till it seats. And I can see from the front that it's seated. So we'll go ahead and tighten that down. Alright, we're almost ready to go. Alright, so we're all set up. Now it's just a matter of let's pick a design. And I'll show you how to do that. We'll pick either a design from the machine, or we can pick a design online, and I'll show you how to get that into the machine. We'll go both ways. Alright, let's go ahead and pick an embroidery design from the machine. Embroidery. Kids Corner. Let's pick this pony right here. I'm going to go ahead and hit set. Alright, so this is almost 5 inches by 6, so we want to make sure we have the right frame. So we're going to go up here to settings, and frame size 9.5 by 9.5, that will work. Click OK. Alright, we're going to go ahead and, let's say we could resize this. So if we wanted to resize this, we could go edit, size, and then you can see these markings. I can move it, make it bigger, I can make it smaller, narrow it, so forth and so on. We can kind of move it around the screen if we want that way, or we can each move it that way as well. This will center it. So we're okay with that size. We'll click OK. But let's add a name to this. Let's add some text. So we'll go ahead and hit add. Go up to text, and we'll use this one. Alright, so we're going to go with capital L, small letter, we'll go U, C, Y, that looks good to me. And for right now, we'll just go ahead and hit set. Alright, now we want to move this up to where we'd like it, so we can do that. There's a couple other things we could do with that. Let's say we don't want that straight across there, so we're going to go back to edit, and then we'll go back to our text, means that's selected, and we can go down here to array, and we can make that text do all kinds of things. So we can make it go that way, let's see, make it a long way, go up at an angle. So whatever your choice is, we'll leave it straight for right now. We can move the text from here if we'd like to, but we can also do that from the regular screen. So I'm going to go ahead and hit set and see, we can go ahead and move that how we want. Alright, that looks good. So how about we want to add a little bit more text to that. So anytime you want to add something, you just hit the add button. We could add another embroidery pattern or maybe some leaves around the corner or whatever. But anytime you want to add something like more text, we'll hit add again. We'll go up to text. I'm going to pick that same text again. And we'll go ahead and write, let's see if I can find this is not like a keyboard, it's A through Z, space, and then anytime we want to go back and forth to capitals, or we have to do that, so we'll go in lowercase. And we're going to go another space, and we'll go capital. Let's see, Y-O-U. And we're going to set that one. Alright, so now that that's set, we're going to drag that down there, right kind of where we like it. And I think that looks good. So how about, let's say we want to make that a little bit smaller. So let's go up into Edit, Size, and let's kind of shrink that a little bit. So we're going to hit this, we're going to bring it down a little bit smaller. We'll leave that there. That looks okay. We'll come up to this one here and do the same. I'll bring that down a little bit. Okay. We're going to hit... Alright, before we go into embroidery, we don't want that black thread up there. Let's pick a different color. So we're going to go to our thread. We have Lucy up here because it's selected. And we're going to go down and pick that pink color. Alright, so we'll just tap down at the next one down here, and I'm going to do the same thing right there. So that way we have changed all the colors. And if you're happy with your setup here, now this line here and this line here, that's showing our frame. So if you're out of that frame, it's going to tell you. So at this point we're going to hit embroidery. Alright, and we're ready to get set up to embroider this. So we're going to need to hoop up some fabric and put some stabilizer behind it, which I'll show you how to do. Now these are all the different colors, and what I suggest for you to do is pick your colors. Pick your colors out and get your bobbins ready and put them in order so that as this is embroidering, you can just change out the bobbins and change out the thread. A lot of times, like if we'll use for this for the purple, we'll use a gray bobbin, and we'll use it for pretty much this whole thing right here, I think. Actually, we could probably use it for the whole process. So we'll go ahead and get that ready to go, and I'll show you how to do that. We have our hoop here, 9.5 by 9.5. And we also have some stabilizer that has to go on the back of the material whenever you're embroidering. And this is tear away. They make different types. This one we can tear away after we're done. But this gives support of the back of the fabric. And we're going to go ahead and take our fabric. I'll lay it right on the sheet there. Put our hoop in the hoop, our hooping buddies. Alright, and we'll tighten that up. You want to make sure that you get this pulled tight, material as tight as possible. Well, not stretching it out, but get it nice and in the hoop there. Make sure that you're all the way down, and we'll go ahead and tighten that up by hand. And then I'm going to use my Baby Lock screwdriver here, and I'm going to go ahead and tighten this up the rest of the way. And we're ready to go put that in the machine. Alright, let's put our hoop in the machine. Set that through. says embroidery carriage will now move. There we go. And we can go to our screen here again, and right here, and we can drag this around. I like to go to all four corners to make sure that my design is fitting within the hoop. And as you can see that it seems to be fine. Go ahead and put that in the center. So basically I've got all my threads picked out. We're starting with purple, and let's do it. We'll put the foot down and we'll hit start. So I forgot to show you this on the screen, but this design is going to take 49 minutes just to stitch out. So embroidery does take a long time, and that 49 minutes doesn't include the time that you're going to spend changing the different thread colors. And this has got 24,910 stitches. And at this point, just where we're at right now, we've stitched 844 stitches so far. I've set the machine to stitch as fast as it can. Depending on the material and stuff, you might want to slow the machine down. This one will go up to 1,058 stitches, I believe. As you see, it varies. It will go fast, it will go slow, depending on what it's doing. Very nice machines. Alright, we're at the color change. And I'll show you what that looks like on the Baby Lock screen. Okay, I've changed my thread to this, it's kind of like a light blue color. I guess it's the body of the horse, and it says it's going to run 23 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and drop the foot, hit start, and away she goes. Alright, I wanted to show you that, you know, as you do your color changes, each time it shows you a new color change, this highlights, and it also shows you what it's going to be stitching out. So if you stop in the middle of something, you go have a coffee and you come back and you forget where you were at, all you have to do is look at this picture. It's calling for black thread next, and that's what you need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get that black thread switched out and we'll get going. Alright, we're on the last part, the name, so we're going to put the foot down and hit start. Alright, well, I got this warning, my bobbin thread is almost empty. Oh boy, right in the middle of my embroidery. So I did show you, there's another video that just explains what to do in this position, but I'm going to go ahead and show you again. So as you can see, it stopped right in the middle of the letter. So what we're going to do at this point is we're going to click return on our thing. We're going to put the foot up, and we're going to cut the thread. Let's go ahead and cut the thread. And I'm going to go ahead and press your foot. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take the hoop out. Grab my bobbin out of there. And we're going to rewind the bobbin. So I'll be back when we get that done. Alright, I rewound the bobbin, put it in, I put my hoop back in place, and now we've got to get this back to where we were at. Because it always goes a few steps past, stitches past wherever it runs out. So we're going to hit this plus minus here, and I'm going to go back 10, minus 10, I'm going to hit minus 10 again. I'm going to go one more time, and that looks pretty good right there. So I'm going to click OK. I'm going to put my foot down. So I've lined this back up to where it quit stitching, hit start, and away we go. Alright, so this has gone to our last part where it says we love you right here on the screen, and all we have to do is put our foot down and hit start, and that'll finish the words out. We're on the last letter here, almost done. So I'll show you what the finished product looks like, and be sure stay tuned for the next video that I'll show you where to get these different designs, embroidery designs for free off the internet. I'll show you some sites and where to get them, and then how to put them into your software, download them into your computer, and we could of course edit them on the computer program or in the Baby Lock or on your embroidery machine. So that's it. Alright, let me get you a good picture of this. And there you have it, my hoopin' buddies. I'll see you later.